is going on, guys? This is Jay with Prepared Citizens Training Group. I hope everybody's doing good. I'm sitting in the back of my 4Runner. It's a range day, so I thank the good Lord I get to get out here and do this. But at the same time, these are few and far between for me nowadays, and you know, I got to bring pretty much everything when I come out here to make sure I demonstrate as much as I can for you guys and get as much video as I can while I can. So today I'm going to talk about some Palmetto State guns. I got two so far. One, this Palmetto State Armory pistol. I've had this thing for a long time. This is a very, very good little gun. I'm just going to go over kind of each one, how they've been for me, and you know, if I had to do over again, would I do it? So this one right here, I got about 3 or 4 years ago. It was it's the AR pistol. I know it's stupid, but this one's got the cold hammer forged barrel, and I think those are made by FN for Palmetto State. And then I put a Daniel Defense drop-in rail. They don't make these anymore. This is an old thing, and just luckily I had one. So and I got a Daniel Defense rear iron sight on it. And you know, I don't run an optic on this. I've just really, this is more of a grab and go type gun, maybe something you'd call a trunk gun, something like that. This is something I keep with me. I've shot out to 300 yards with this gun. Let's see what she does. Oh yeah, she does. All right, nice. Got it sighted in at 36 yards, which this one right here with your shorter barrel, you're losing some of that muzzle velocity, so your distance ain't gonna be as far. Now, would I take a shot on an actual target at 300 yards? Absolutely not. For max engagement would probably be around 150 to 200, I'd say. Could I do a 300? Yeah, I guess the situation would dictate. But anywho, really good gun, guys. Something I highly recommend. Number one, a white light. This one's a Surefire M951. I threw a white the white light bulb in it. Typically these come with incandescent, but this one has a white light now. I put it on a Haley strategic mount. You notice how close it is to the front sight there. It's very close. I like to keep this gun completely streamlined. Don't want stuff hanging off of it. I do have a sling for it. It stays in the bag. So God forbid if I ever need this thing in an emergency, I got my sling on my kit and I can just take it out of my kit, throw it on my gun. But since it stays in a bag and things like that, I didn't want it to get tangled up or anything like that. So that's why I don't have the sling on it. The light is easily, you can activate it with left hand. It's a click on and off, or you can just do a slight press and make it come on and off, the momentary press. I always recommend having something they'll click on in case, so you can click it on and then say you have to open a door or something like that. So you don't want to have to open a door in the dark if you're by yourself. But anyway, guys, that's that gun. And then second up, this one's a little newer. So let me take the sling off of it just to show y'all. Always have a good sling for your guns though. Always have a good sling. Now this one is a completely standard kit. It had the MLOK rail, not this MLOK rail. This is a Midwest Industries MLOK rail. Very good rail system. It had the Palmetto State one. I just really like this one. It's got the cool muzzle brake at the end, all the fancy stuff. I'm not really typically a muzzle brake guy, but I like this setup. It's slick to me anyway. So this one's kind of a home defense gun. I do have an optic on it. It's just one of the SIG MSRs. guys, I'm telling you, those little optics will surprise you. These are better than what most people think, and for the price is absolutely amazing. It's quite almost comical how good these work for the price. Got the Magpul backup iron sights. Those came with it from Palmetto State. The only stuff I've added, I put a BSM or a BCM grip on it, a Magpul CTR. I did the Midwest Industries rail. Again, if you notice, I got a Surefire 6PX Defender. How streamlined, how close it sits. I like them to sit close. I like it to be streamlined as possible. On this one, I recommend you guys going to preparedcitizenstg.com, picking up a set mount. I have a tourniquet mounted on this one. It stays completely out of my way. I do all kinds of stuff with it. It does not hinder the weight. It's, shoot, I forgot how many I weighed all this. It's just a few ounces completely. So if that's something, you know, that you'd be interested in, head over to the website, get one up. But nonetheless, it's a very good rifle. I've not had any issues with this one, and I have shot it to the point where I have discolored the gas tube, and it is still doing really good. I've probably put, I'd say close to 300 rounds through this total. So one thing I do recommend, especially from budget places like Palmetto State, I'm not knocking them as a company, but always test this stuff. Put at least 100 rounds through it. Make sure everything's still tight. Make sure everything's working good, cycling good, all this good stuff, okay? No crazy wear patterns. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. So I help friends out too. And, you know, I always tell my buddies, I'm like, hey, if you go buy your kit and buy your lower, bring it over one evening, and I'll throw it together for you, and you can watch me, and then you can start doing it on your own. I don't mind helping people like that. I always have. But I will say this. I'm just going to throw out kind of a random ratio. Don't hold me to it or Palmetto State, but I would say out of every 10 kits I've gotten, there's usually an issue with one of them. And I ain't talking about just missing stuff. Like one of them wouldn't cycle good. They had to replace the upper because I wasn't about to take apart and diagnose a brand new upper. And so I let them do that and let them deal with it. And they did, no big deal. But just little things like that. Maybe I've had some where the triggers aren't quite to spec, where they don't go in right. I've put enough triggers in to know when one should be correct. And so that's that. But this one I've had no issues with. That's why I tell you, any budget gun, period, shoot 100 rounds to it, make sure it works. Now I will say this, on top of that, the premium kit, like my other one, that come with a cold hammer forged barrel, and the premium bolt and all that stuff, I've never had an issue with one of those, ever. I've never, ever, ever had an issue with their premium lineup. So if you can swing it, extra couple $100 a Spider. If you can swing it, get the premium if you can, but if you can't, just put it through some paces. Make sure through the zeroing process, once you get zeroed, put another 2 or 3 mags through it. Make sure everything works correctly. So guys, that's my take on it, and I'll show you guys a little shoot things we'll do with these rifles, and just kind of let you get a good look at them in action too. Alright guys, we're just here at the 10-yard line. I'm just going to do 3 rounds, let it cycle, let you guys kind of see how everything works on it. And check it out, man. Okay. Alright guys, we're just going to take a couple of shots on the target here. I'm just going to talk about how it feels. So it's really lightweight. The way I have it, you know, don't put too crazy of stuff on it. The set mount and all definitely don't weigh anything. It's a very, very lightweight rifle. It handles super duper smooth. Now mine's pretty loud just because I got this muzzle brake on it, but in a way, it does smooth it out. The recoil is not bad at all, and definitely a good solid all around rifle, I would say. For as long as, you know, obviously wear hearing protection when you're shooting, but even if you didn't have all that jazz on it, very smooth shooting gun. And oh, bolt lock back to the rear, and the wife and kids could easily shoot this gun. Very easy to maneuver, and it's very lightweight, so even fully loaded, very good gun, guys. Definitely for me, I would recommend it. Just make sure you shoot them before you do too much with them. All right, guys, I'm gonna try our Palmetto State pistol out just to shoot a few rounds and show you guys how everything works, what I think about it while shooting it. So first off, again, this one's pretty lightweight. Now I will say, compared to its MLOK counterparts, it is kind of heavy. So, but with no optic and things like that, the only real weight up here is this rail and then that light. It's very manageable. So we'll just put a few rounds through it. Now it does have a little bit, and I do mean a little bit more recoil, just because you got the shorter barrel system and all this good stuff. And then again, something that's, I guess the lighter it is, the more you're gonna get a little recoil. All right, that was it. So guys, I really like this little thing. It's a great truck gun, and it's just a smooth shooter. It's been a really good one. I've owned this one for about 3 years. It's been a really solid rifle for my collection, even though I don't have many, but still, the few I got, I trust them. All right, guys, as we're wrapping up, I just want to show you guys this awesome SOE clothes bag, medium size. But more importantly, I want to show you what I got in it and what I carry in it and what it is absolutely perfect for. So guys, I told you I like keeping a truck gun. I like keeping my Palmetto State 10 ready to go, moment's notice. And then another thing I like to keep in here, this is the FAC. This is what I sell in our Prepared Citizens Training Group store online. You can get online, check these out. This is a family first aid kit, 2 tourniquets, 2 gauze, 2 gloves, 2 emergency blankets, chest seals, anything to stop massive bleeding, and tension pneumothorax. So very good medical kit to have on hand. Last but not least, guys, what would I be? What kind of American? I wouldn't even be an American if I didn't have my SOE micro kit. Okay, I got everything in it. All I have to do is strap it on. I got tourniquets. I got a spare Glock happy stick down here. I got my SE knife. I got 4 mags. Got all kinds of stuff in here. The sling to the gun, writing stuff, gloves. I got a multi-tool, and I always keep electrical tape on me because you never know. Okay, so guys, and of course always I have our concealed carry with a spare mag. Always keep that with you no matter what. But guys, always be ready, be prepared for the worst, and you never know when you may be your own first responder or someone else's. So especially on the medical end, always stay ready. But just judging by all the craziness going on in this country, not knowing who's in the country, knowing all the people that's very possibly in the country that want to do us harm, I would suggest keeping stuff like this on you. Get training and all this, keep it on you. But guys, end of the day, if this tells you anything, this is how much I trust the Palmetto State, and yes, I do recommend it. These are really good guns. I've put them through their paces, and so far they've been great. So any gun you get, make sure you put it through the paces, make sure it's going to work for what you need it to do. And guys, that's all I got for you. Yeah, that's it. If you got any questions, if you got any comments, please drop them. And be an asset to those around you. My liability. God bless.